Hello and welcome to Talk Fluent, the podcast for learners who want to speak English with more confidence and with more joy in their daily life, and the podcast where I guide you slowly, clearly, and gently through every step of your English journey so you can feel relaxed, comfortable, and ready to grow a little more each day. My name is Sara, and I'm very happy to be here with you today because every time you join this podcast, you are taking one more small step towards speaking English in a more natural, more simple, and more comfortable way. And I want you to know that these small steps really matter, even if you don't feel it yet. As always, I will speak slowly and clearly so you can understand each idea without stress, and you can follow my voice with ease, whether you are sitting on your sofa, walking outside, cooking in your kitchen, or just taking a quiet moment for yourself before your busy day begins. Before we start our topic for today, I want you to take one deep breath, just one simple breath, to help your mind relax and open up, because when your mind is calm and your body feels comfortable, learning becomes easier, softer, and more enjoyable. Today, we begin a topic that is very important for many English learners because it is something that can change the way you speak. Even if you know only simple grammar, even if your vocabulary is small, and even if you sometimes feel nervous when you talk in English. Today, we're talking about how to speak English more naturally, how to make your English sound more like real daily conversation, and how to feel more like yourself when you speak. Many learners tell me things like, "Tom, I know the words, I know the grammar, but when I speak, I feel slow, I think too much, and I sound like I am reading from a book." And if you feel something similar, I want you to know that you are not alone, because this is a very common feeling for people who are still building their confidence in English. But the good news is that sounding natural is not about big words or difficult grammar, and it's not about speaking fast. It's about learning small habits and simple techniques that help your English become smoother, softer, and more comfortable over time. And these habits are easy to learn, easy to practice, and easy to use every day. In this episode, I will walk with you slowly and gently through these ideas, and together, step by step, we will explore what you can do to make your English feel more natural, without stress, without pressure, and without trying to be perfect. So take your time, get comfortable, and let's begin our journey together. Before we learn the small steps that help you speak more naturally, I want to talk about something simple, but very important. What makes English sound natural in the first place? Because when we understand why something sounds natural, it becomes much easier to learn how to do it. When we listen to native speakers, their English often sounds smooth, soft, and connected, and it feels like their words move together in a gentle line, instead of coming one by one like separate blocks. But here is the interesting part. Native speakers are not speaking fast on purpose, and they are not trying to sound perfect. They simply use short, easy words. They repeat simple expressions, and they connect ideas in a relaxed way. And this is why their English feels natural. For example, in real daily English, people often use small words like, well, maybe, or I think, to make the sentence feel soft and friendly. They also speak in a rhythm that feels like normal breathing, not too fast, not too slow, but comfortable. And when you listen to this kind of English, your mind feels calm because the language feels natural and easy to follow. Now, here is the good news for you. You do not need difficult grammar to sound like this. You do not need long sentences. You do not need big vocabulary. All you need is to learn how to use simple English in a natural rhythm, how to connect small ideas gently, and how to let your voice relax instead of trying to be perfect. In this episode, we will slowly explore the small habits that help you do this, and we will take our time, step by step, so your mind can understand each idea and your body can practice it in a comfortable way. So now that you understand what natural English really means, we are ready to move to the first important technique, a technique that is very simple, but very powerful, and something every learner can use. Now that we understand why natural English sounds soft and smooth, let's talk about the first technique that can help your English sound more natural too. And this technique is very simple, but very powerful, using small, easy phrases when you speak. You see, in daily English, native speakers don't always use big words. In fact, they use many short and simple expressions to make their sentences feel friendly, relaxed, and natural. And when you learn how to use these expressions, your English starts to sound more like real conversation, even if your grammar is basic and your vocabulary is small. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone asks you a question. In a textbook, you might answer directly with one long sentence. But in natural English, people often begin with small phrases like, let me think. Well, I'm not sure. Maybe yes. I think so. These small phrases are easy to say, easy to remember, and they make your speech sound softer and more natural. They also give you one more very helpful thing. Time to think, time to breathe, and time to find the words you want to say next. When you use these simple expressions, you don't feel rushed. Your mind feels more calm, and the conversation feels easier. Let's look at an example together. Instead of saying, I want to go to the park today, you can say, well, I think I want to go to the park today. Or instead of saying, I don't know, you can say, I'm not sure, I don't know. All of these are simple A1, A2 phrases, but they make your English sound smoother and more natural. And here's something important. You don't need to use many of them. Just one or two small phrases before your sentence can make a big difference in the way you sound. So, in your next conversation, try adding a little phrase like well, or let me think, or maybe before your answer. Take your time. Let your words come slowly. Let yourself breathe, because sounding natural is not about speaking fast. It's about speaking comfortably. And now that you know this first technique, we can move on to the next one. Another simple habit that makes your English even smoother. In the last part, we talked about using small, simple phrases to make your English sound softer and more natural. Now, I want to show you another technique, a technique that is so simple, but so important, and something many learners forget to do. This technique is speaking slowly and giving yourself space. A lot of learners think that natural English means fast English, but that's not true at all. In real conversations, native speakers don't speak fast all the time. They speak at a comfortable speed, sometimes slow, sometimes a little faster, but always in a way that feels natural to them. The problem is that many learners feel pressure. They feel they must speak fast to sound good or native-like, and because of this pressure, they speak too quickly. They forget words, they lose confidence, and the conversation becomes stressful. So here is something very important for you to remember. Natural English begins with slow English. When you speak slowly, your mind has more time to think. Your mouth has more time to form the words. Your sentences become clearer, and your voice becomes calm and steady. And when you feel calm, you sound more natural, even if your grammar is simple and your vocabulary is small. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone asks you a question. What did you do today? You don't have to answer quickly. You can take a moment. You can breathe. And you can start slowly with something like, well, today I woke up early. Or, let me think. Today I went to the store. The speed is not important. The clarity and comfort are important. And here is something interesting. When you speak slowly, the other person also feels more relaxed. Your calm rhythm helps the whole conversation feel easier. This is why teachers, presenters, and podcast hosts often speak slowly, not because they don't know how to speak fast, but because they want communication to feel natural, easy, and warm. So the next time you speak English, don't try to push yourself. Don't try to speak fast. Just breathe. Take your time and let the words come out at a speed that feels comfortable for you. Because when you feel comfortable, you sound natural. And that is exactly what we want. In the next part, we will explore another simple technique that helps you connect your ideas together and makes your English sound even more natural. Now that we've talked about using small phrases and speaking slowly to give yourself comfort and space, let's look at one more simple technique that can help your English sound even more natural. This technique is very easy, but it has a big effect on the way your sentences feel. The technique is connecting your ideas gently. In many textbooks, sentences are short and separate. You read one sentence and then another, and they don't really flow together. But in real daily English, people often connect their ideas with small, simple words like and, so, because, but, then. These words are very easy. You probably already know them, but using them in a soft, natural way makes your English feel more like real conversation. Let me show you what I mean. Instead of saying, I woke up early, I went to work, you can say, I woke up early, and then I went to work. Instead of saying, I was tired, I stayed home, you can say, I was tired, so I stayed home. These are small changes, but they make your English smoother, more connected, and more natural. And the best part is that you don't need difficult grammar to do this. Even at the A1 or A2 level, you can connect your ideas in a soft and simple way that feels comfortable for you and easy for the listener to follow. So now you have 3 very simple tools that you can use every day. 1, use small, easy phrases to sound friendly, relaxed, and natural. 2, speak slowly so you feel calm and confident. 3, connect your ideas gently to help your sentences flow smoothly. These tools may look small, but together they can make a big difference in the way you speak English. And the more you practice them, even just a little bit each day, the more natural your English will become. So wherever you are right now, I want you to take a deep breath and feel proud of yourself, because every time you listen to this podcast, you are improving your English, you are growing your confidence, and you are taking another step forward in your journey. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I'm really glad you're here. And as always, take care of yourself. Keep practicing slowly and calmly, and I'll see you in the next episode.